everybody, welcome back to the channel and one of our pickups here from this year's Gen Con. Obviously they're getting into this new Battletech Gothic series of releases here. Not getting into too much of that, but really just wanted to pick up the Atlas that we saw in this larger scale, so 100 mil mini. So really going to be cool here, larger to obviously paint on and get into some of the details, and comes with apparently some head variations and stuff like that. So we're going to take a look at just what this thing will look like, and especially with this larger scale. So we'll be right back as we get this open. All right, we got everything open up here for you. So let's start off with some of the sprues. Basically get 5 different options for some of the armor plating and little accessory areas. We'll show you on the main model in a second here, but it doesn't look like you necessarily have to glue them in, so you should be able to swap out if you want, although I feel like probably just leave them and be done with it, but I guess you could keep swapping. We get another sprue as well, and this is actual plastic, it's not resin, but basically for the different cloaks on the back there. Kind of an extra piece here for this sword bit. And then everything's kind of labeled as well, so the letters from the first sprue ideally matching up with all this stuff here. And then you get the 5 different aforementioned heads, and these are really funky looking, so taking a look at what you got there. I think we're going to end up going with this one, or the second one here. They both look cool. Actually, they all kind of look cool. But that's an interesting idea too, if we see more things like this for Battletech, not necessarily at this scale, but really with all the different mech variants out there, instead of having to constantly buy like more boxes, or if you're buying like the old metals and stuff like that, can they get to a point where they can make the mechs at the normal scale and then include little spots on the model where we could swap out weapon packages and stuff like that? We'll show you that in a second, but anyway, getting through all these different head styles here. These don't have to be glued down necessarily either, so yeah, I guess you could do a little bit of swapping between the different variants if you so choose. Oh, that one looks kind of cool too. Hard to decide. Alright, so there's all that aside. Now for the main piece, as you can see, these larger scale minis, 100 mil. Be fun to play a whole game at this scale, but we'd need lots of the minis. But it is an Atlas, so tons and tons of weapons. Everything else is kind of fixed in place. Don't want to push that too hard in case we break it. But yeah, seeing it at the scale too, obviously, like I said, makes all the weapons really stand out. That's where those smaller pieces go in, the 3 front holes here. Cockpit and head area obviously up there. Interesting to see if we can get if they ever get like vehicles at the scale too, just to really pick up the details on them. And again, playing like a whole game at the scale would be nuts, but also super fun. And that's where that backpack cloak area thing goes there, to kind of put the whole model together. But definitely going to be a fun one to paint and just kind of go all out on detail for this one. So pretty cool stuff. Let us know what you guys think. Should they keep making more of these 100 mil mechs? Would you think it'd be worth trying to play a game at that scale? Obviously, you'd need a lot of space, but could be fun. And just your overall thoughts so far on the Battletech Gothic series of new releases that they got going on here. So hit us up in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have more Battletech soon as we got more goodies to get through. Take care.